Hi everyone, welcome back. It's our second recording session for this, so we haven't played it in like a week. And we just spent like actually 15 minutes trying to get a fucking controller to work. I don't remember having to go into the menu and switch from keyboard to controller after the controller connects. So I was like, it just felt stupid, you know.
Sure it did. And then I just had to switch controls. We used DualShock 4 in the first recording. I brought a controller, I brought an Xbox controller.
Didn't think it was gonna matter. It didn't think it mattered which control, but it was just being poopy.
It was, yeah, the stupid micro USB port.
By the way, when I was editing the videos,
yeah,
it has nothing to do with the videos themselves. I did look at the names, and that girl is supposed to be like Wii because it's a low Wii.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. Oh
yeah,
my God.
You didn't immediately.
That's the one I didn't notice. I noticed the PlayStation one.
Yeah, because it's
last station.
They just removed the P and the Y from PlayStation.
That's fucking stupid.
Okay, so do you remember anything from the plot of last time?
We finished chapter 1. The only thing I had to worry about is that controller's like a little clickier, just not to click too loud. That is true.
Hopefully that doesn't pick up too.
Yeah, that's like the rock candy. I mean, those are fine. They're not like the ones you get at GameStop. If it has the word GameStop on it, it's doomed to die. The controller.
Right.
If it has the word GameStop on it as like a logo, you know it's gonna last you like a month. You're gonna pay like $20 for it, and it's gonna just get destroyed. As far as controllers go, those are produced well enough. But third parties can be kind of like Rock Candy's like a known third party controller maker, right. So it's like fine. But it's like sometimes it does not. Well, is this okay?
Yeah.
Now it's 2.
What is it?
Yeah, I just turned the game down to 2 out of 100. So because it was at 4, and I was like, I can hear this too much. This is too loud.
Oh.
So now it's a 2 out of 100.
This is probably a new party member, right?
Yeah, you know.
She has a design.
I mean, I doubt we're going to run into generic characters in this game.
Right. Yeah.
As far as... Okay, so, like... I don't know exactly what Kompa's role in this game is, but I know...
Healer role?
Well, yeah, but, like, isn't If, like, information character?
Is that what
like
she
the
is?
Eye? That's what I thought.
Oh, I don't know. In the party, she just kind of sucks.
I thought that meant, like... I thought she was just... I haven't been paying very much attention to like how what If does, but it seems like she's like high speed, low damage character or whatever.
Yeah, that seems right.
I don't even know if speed is an aspect of this game, being fully.
Maybe she just does a lot of attacks, but it's like not very many damage. That's what you just said. If.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know. Yeah. So we're back for another week. I recorded with Ben the day after we recorded the first session for this, and then I haven't for, as you can see on the calendar, 8 days, but it's definitely different than the other times because I have work today, as you know.
Right.
And I got a call while you're in the car, and now I'm working it, instead of like having an hour and a half after we do this, I have like literally right up until we finish doing this, so...
This seems like a bizarre system.
The way you like go to the menu.
Wait, do I go to the menu and I do visual novel events instead of going in the gameplay?
So I'm trying to remember, I've played a couple games that use that.
I got a cassette.
Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, you like, so like a story cutscene will like end at the end of a chapter of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, and you'll like meet a new character. You'll go back and there'll be like a talk option in the menu just like this. And then it'll show like the number of stars, like how important it is, and if it's like a new character, it'll be like 3 or 4 stars.
Sure.
And you talk to them, and they're like, "My name's blah blah blah," and then maybe they join you. Maybe they're like, "I need to go." They usually join you, but they're like, "Maybe I need to go do something. I'm trying to save somebody. Can you help me?" That kind of thing. Okay, what the fuck's happening?
I don't know. It's like bad game design.
Disc from the mystery man, exchanging them for large metals. I see 3 types of currency here.
They're idea chips, and I think the idea chips, you can burn them into... So you exchange the large metal for blank discs, and you burn the idea chips onto the blank discs, and those give you abilities.
Okay.
If I'm understanding that correctly.
So you're making games for your game console.
Right, and then they give me more power.
You use the metals to buy the chips? And
Yeah.
then the chips
No,
you
no,
burn
the
on
chips.
the discs.
I think the chips you buy the disc, the blank disc with the medals, and the idea chips that you get them from defeating certain enemies. I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, before you go into the game,
Yes.
I'm looking at the shares menu. I pointed it out the last time we recorded.
you're like, what
and is
was
that
it?
like the industry and who owns the market share?
This is like very inaccurate then.
Because if it's the
case.
market share, who are others?
Yeah, who is other?
Who the fuck's going off?
It's Ouya.
Ouya
did really well in
in
this universe.
Oh yeah, because I can't. That's the Soldier Boy game.
Oh,
console.
the fake emulator box.
I can't even think of a real console besides like
the main free.
I got like a real one because consoles are made at a loss. Like nobody wants to produce game consoles unless they have like a lot of capital, right?
Right.
Because they need people to buy games to profit. So you can't just like. I'm sure the Ouya, like the way it was produced, I'm sure that probably profited because it was so cheaply made.
Right.
I feel like it had to have been cheaply made.
And
but...
it's Kickstarter, like the gangbusters. It made way
yeah,
over 100%
so
of its goal.
Those people probably came out with it positive, despite their console being like a complete failure.
Oh yeah.
I kind of think that.
I always wanted one for the novelty.
Is that still the most funded Kickstarter?
I don't know.
That was in I mean, it was in stores. I remember seeing it in Target.
Well, yeah, it's at Target, and then they started like.
It was like $100. It was like $100, and I mean, honestly, kind of just like not like it's pretty much just like an Android emulator.
Right,
At the end of the day.
it's like a Raspberry Pi.
I just played a bunch of mobile games.
I think they used the Raspberry. I don't know what the hardware was, but it wasn't. It was like
Raspberry Pis are cool. I've like seen the videos where people just like use those to build like mini computers that are like very limited in their scope, but like tech YouTube channels when they try to like the people that do computer part stuff, they kind of go hard and doing like whack crazy shit.
Right.
Like there's the Linus video where he builds like a $9,000 computer and he puts 4 1080s in the computer and it just like doesn't work because there's like too much going on. It just doesn't know what to do
because there's too much.
Because there's just too much in there.
Oh,
yeah.
Look, it's PlayStation Girl.
So is there?
I mean,
this is the
what the
this
purpose
is the
of
visual
was.
novel classic where she's like fighting someone, but she's just facing the screen talking to us, and then it's like, oh okay.
Oh, she de-transformed.
And now she's in like. Now her name is Noir, which is
black
in French.
In French,
yeah.
Yes.
Because that's like the classic. We use that name in media because it sounds cool like all the time, even though it's just color.
Yeah,
in a different
and it's
language.
a film genre.
Yeah. So what defines that film genre? Because I know it's a film genre.
Yes.
I just didn't know that.
So
I don't know what makes it.
It usually has to do. I guess there was a period during the quarantine where I just watched a lot of noir movies. It typically has it's usually like a crime drama. Your protagonist is like a detective man or a criminal. Right? And I think it's common for them to be morally gray characters.
Are they ever shot in black and white? Not shot, but ever made black and white?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, because I like that for some. I get like the crime drama detective vibe, and the black and white like Kino is just like, in my head. I get the picture. But yeah.
Because there's also like neo noir, and that's stuff like Fight Club, I think.
Oh, okay.
They just got some elements are like you've seen Blade Runner. That's like a noir movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie.
Because Deckard's
I haven't seen
kind of an asshole.
I haven't seen the new one.
So good, 2049.
Yeah, but the original one I found. I don't want to say that I didn't like it or that it's not good, but it's like weird how little happens in that movie for its setting.
Yes.
It kind of feels like they just kind of like there isn't a lot of action and just like not a whole lot's going on. I mean, like there's a lot going on, but it doesn't feel like a lot's happening on the screen, which is just strange to me because that's not what I was expecting when we watched that. Me and Ben watched that over it.
It wasn't received well when it came out.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's like it was like a failure of a
right,
movie,
and it didn't do
basically.
well in the box office either. Funnily enough, same thing happened with 2049.
Yeah,
made no money.
What's interesting that they decided to make another one. I mean, I don't know who was behind that.
I couldn't tell you.
Was
Maybe
that who directed that?
Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, that guy.
I
I was
don't know
gonna
if he
say
really
his name
pushed for
super
it.
wrong, so I was gonna let you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like there's definitely some ambition behind. Hey, we're gonna revive Blade Runner,
Right, because usually when they do that, it's just like it's a very simple cash grab, but they got like a really talented director for it.
And they got a good cast and like
Did they get a
good
good
actors
cast?
and stuff.
Yeah.
And clearly, there was a lot of like thought put into it. So yeah,
It's unfortunate.
I wonder like that movie. So I know that movie is very long. I keep yawning. I did nothing before I woke up. I like woke up and went to pick you up. I woke up, took a shower, went to pick you up. That's like all I did. So I'm like yawning. I'm like tired and like ugh.
You just went to bed at like 4 a.m. That's nice.
Yeah, I just didn't really go to sleep. Although like 2 days ago, I had one of those like, oh god, it's so hot, I'm never gonna go to sleep kind of days. And then I eventually got to sleep around 4. But then the last 2 days, I just haven't really gone to sleep early. But yeah, I'm sort of thinking about the fact that I have to like go to work like right after this, but that's okay.
Just going back to Blade Runner, there's a weird thing because we over the summer you started reading Dune and I started reading as well. And
you started reading in general.
Yes,
like a lot.
Yeah, I read the novel that Blade Runner was very loosely based on, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick.
Oh, I remember you. I remember you telling me that.
Right,
I remember that
of fucking Man in the High Castle fame, of course.
Yeah, and I've read that book.
And you watched the
watched
Amazon
that TV show
series. It's weird. There are sequels to that book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and they're just called like Blade Runner 2, Blade Runner 3. 4.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
And
he didn't write them.
He didn't write them. And it's weird because those books that follow after it, they try to like reconcile the events of the book and the movie as if they were the same thing.
That doesn't sound like the best technique for writing a good book.
No, not at all.
Have you read any of those?
I haven't. I just found out that I think I knew there was sequels, but I didn't know they tried to make it like retcon the events of both the book and the movie into one.
Oh my god, she likes pudding. That's so quirky.
I feel like I'm reading it at a slower pace because I'm trying to talk, but
yeah, you just keep scrolling through the text the whole time, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just like that sort of just feels like we're gonna capitalize on the success,
right?
Or on not the success, but people know what Blade Runner is.
Yeah, because it's very influential. I had a hard time saying that in its genre.
Who directed the original Blade Runner?
Ridley Scott.
Oh,
yeah, big name.
That makes sense in my head.
Yeah, because he, Alien and.
Yeah.
What else did he do?
I'm actually pretty into.
He did way more than that.
I'm actually pretty into like I'll like watch whatever horror movie we put on now. If it's good or if it's bad, because like we watched Hereditary a couple years ago. That was really good. And we watched like countless shitty horror movies since then.
Right.
Last Halloween, me and my housemates watched Halloween, which was pretty okay. I remember asking my dad what the scariest movie he ever saw was, and he said when he first saw Halloween, he thought that was the scariest movie.
Interesting.
But my dad is the kind of guy where I'd ask him if I'd asked him when I was a kid if he was scared of anything, and he just said unemployment. So he definitely was not. My dad is not really afraid of like anything real, like anything like that's not realistic, right?
Right.
And then also, I've had the classic. My dad grew up in like a big family, and like his dad owned a gas station and stuff. So he will literally eat anything that's edible. Like there's only one food he doesn't like, and it's coconut. And coconut's a pretty divisive flavor, I'd say. So that makes sense. Except that he like got sick eating coconut when he was like in high school. So he just like associates the flavor toward this is gross. I hate this, right? Mm-hmm. And so I can understand when that happens, and especially because it's like that's such a divisive flavor. So you eat the rancid coconut, you get sick. You're like, now I think that. By the way, who is this girl in the box?
We just met her. We just kind of ran into her.
Oh, okay.
Why
is she already in the box?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like a navigation thing.
Maybe because there's no room on the screen for spread. Yeah. I think after we finish up this dialogue section, we really call this part.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's just like I grew up kind of a picky eater. I'm really not anymore. There are some flavors I'm not like a huge fan of, but like I don't like coconut either. But it's the kind of thing where if my dad never got sick from coconut, he'd probably just eat anything. Like, he likes
Right.
like the stuff that are like it's kind of marginal that a lot of people don't like. Like he loves black licorice. He buy it.
Oh, weird.
Sometimes I feel like when we want to buy candy for my dad, we buy black licorice candy because only he will eat it. Like nobody else will touch that shit, right? That's like the you. If you like a unique flavor that other people don't like, you buy it, and then nobody else in your house will eat it because only you like it, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I think black licorice is fucking disgusting. That shit tastes awful. I'm not a fan at all. I hate it. Right. Anyway, I feel like waiting for the dialogue to end is not the way to do this.
This might take a while.
Yeah, we'll be back in the next episode. See y'all later.
Later.